Today I stumble from my bed with thunder crashing.
Most people remember Lisa Marie Presley as Elvis's daughter, who managed a $500 million family legacy. But here's what few people know. She died with a personal net worth of negative $10 million, yet she still overcame huge losses to keep Graceland's magic alive. The shocking money truth behind Elvis's only heir will break your heart. Lisa Marie Presley was born on February 1st, 1968, at Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis. She was Elvis's only child and the person who would inherit everything he built at Graceland. At the mansion, she lived like a real princess. She had a bed shaped like a hamburger in her room, custom made just for her. Elvis would rent out the entire Libertyland amusement park after it closed, just so his daughter could have it all to herself. Red West, one of Elvis's close friends called the Memphis Mafia, taught her how to drive golf carts around the 13-acre property.
And I love you so.
But it wasn't just about fancy stuff. Lisa Marie saw her dad at his most real moments. She told Fox News about those special late nights. He'd always wake me up to sing in the middle of the night, get on the table and sing. I remember him as my dad, but he was a very exciting dad. She watched Elvis perform for the last time on June 26, 1977, at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. 2 months later, her whole world changed.
My heart was captured.
On August 16, 1977, Elvis died at Graceland. Lisa Marie was only 9 years old when she suddenly became the only person who would inherit one of America's most famous properties. In a Rolling Stone interview from 2003, she explained how losing her dad affected her. "I just had a feeling I was obsessed with death at a very early age. The little girl who used to play in Graceland's jungle room now had to help protect her father's memory."
Daddy, please don't cry.
Priscilla Presley took care of Elvis's business until Lisa Marie turned 25. During those years, professional managers turned Graceland from a private home into a place tourists could visit. When Lisa Marie turned 25 in 1993, she got full control of the Elvis estate worth over $100 million. But she once said, "Being Elvis Presley's daughter is a whole lot of pressure. It's been a constant burden in my life." What she did with that money would surprise everyone who thought she was just another celebrity kid living off her dad's fame. Lisa Marie proved she was way more than just Elvis's daughter. She was a smart businesswoman who had big plans for her father's legacy. By the time she took control, Graceland was already bringing in 600,000 visitors every year. That meant millions of dollars from tours, souvenirs, and deals to use Elvis's name. She also had access to thousands of family photos that had never been published, stored away in the estate's storage rooms. She used these photos later for special exhibits and documentaries.
There's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
The mansion used to cost $500,000 every year just to keep running, but Lisa Marie turned it into a money-making machine. She didn't just manage what was already there. She wanted to make it bigger. She oversaw major improvements to make visiting even better for fans. The car museum showed off Elvis's collection, including his famous pink Cadillac. The shopping and restaurant area across the street brought in even more money.
It's running through to my soul.
In 2005, Lisa Marie made the smartest deal of her life. She sold 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises to businessman Robert Sillerman for $100 million. Here's the brilliant part. She kept Graceland itself and the most important rights to her father's name, image, and how he looked. This deal showed how smart she really was. She basically got paid $100 million while still controlling the most valuable stuff. The buyer got the management company, but Lisa Marie kept the best parts.
Everybody take a real deep breath and repeat after me.
She worked with Cirque du Soleil to create the Elvis show that opened in Las Vegas in 2010. That deal alone made hundreds of millions of dollars over more than 10 years. The show mixed Cirque's amazing performances with Elvis's music, introducing his songs to people who hadn't heard them before. Forbes wrote about how her smart business deals didn't just keep Elvis's impact alive, but also helped support charity work through the Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation. By 2023, Celebrity Net Worth said the Presley estate was worth between $400 and $500 million. Lisa Marie had successfully built an empire from what she inherited, but behind the scenes, her personal money situation was telling a completely different story. Lisa Marie's personal life was as complicated as her business success was impressive. Her first marriage was to musician Danny Keele in 1988. They had 2 kids together, Danielle Riley in 1989 and Benjamin Storm in 1992. But her second marriage made headlines around the world. In 1994, Lisa Marie married Michael Jackson in a secret ceremony in the Dominican Republic. It was like the 2 biggest music families joining together, the king of rock and roll's daughter with the king of pop himself. Their relationship had been building for months before they got married. Years later, in her book From Here to the Great Unknown, that came out after she died, she talked about their connection. Nothing happened physically, but the connection was so insanely strong. No one had ever seen that side of him. Their romance became very public very quickly. That famous kiss at the 1995 MTV Video Music Awards shocked everyone. But Lisa Marie later said she felt like she was being used. She described feeling like a piece in Michael's public relations game, used to help fix his image. Lisa Marie had supported Michael during his 1993 child molestation charges because she really believed he was innocent. But their marriage started falling apart when Michael's prescription drug use got much worse. In 1995, Lisa Marie told Michael he had to get clean or she would leave him. His advisors and people who worked for him ignored her warnings about how bad his condition was getting. Instead of helping him, they made it easier for him to keep using drugs. By 1996, she had filed for divorce. She felt really betrayed by his lies about his drug use and his willingness to let other people control their relationship. The divorce was finalized in 1996, but the emotional damage lasted much longer.
Are you lonesome tonight?
To get away from the non-stop American media attention about the divorce, Lisa Marie spent several years living in England. She needed space to figure out who she was beyond being Elvis's daughter and Michael Jackson's ex-wife. During this time of finding herself, her music career really began. Lisa Marie waited on purpose until her 30s to make music professionally. She wanted to make sure any song she made came from her heart and real experiences, not just using her father's fame. In 2003, she released her first album, called To Whom It May Concern. The album was very personal, talking about her experiences with divorce, loss, and figuring out who she was. It reached number 5 on the Billboard 200 chart and went gold, selling over 500,000 copies. In just her first week, she sold 140,000 copies, really good numbers that proved she had real talent beyond her famous name. She told Brainy quote in a widely quoted interview, "I have a lot of memories, but I don't go into capitalizing on that. Something's got to be my own." Her single Lights Out hit number 18 on the adult top 40 chart and got played on the radio a lot. Music critics said good things about her honest songwriting and her surprisingly strong voice. She even performed with rock legend Pat Benatar at VH1 Divas Duets, holding her own next to established stars. But Lisa Marie never forgot her father's legacy. She was part of several duet projects that used modern technology to blend her voice with Elvis's original recordings. Don't Cry Daddy in 1997 and In the Ghetto in 2007 both became chart successes, with In the Ghetto hitting number 1 on iTunes.
And my heart
She told Express.co.uk about how emotional it was to record those songs. "I felt the hand of my father come down to help." These duets let her connect with Elvis musically, while also establishing her own artistic credibility. In 2006, she appeared in Johnny Cash's music video for "God's Gonna Cut You Down" after he died, alongside other music legends. That video won a Grammy Award for Best Short-Form Music Video in 2008, adding a Grammy to her artistic achievements.
You're gonna be an angry young man someday.
Her second album, Now What?, came out in 2005 and showed artistic growth, but didn't sell as well as her first one. However, critics noted her growing confidence as a songwriter and performer. Her third album, Storm and Grace, released in 2012, was maybe her most personal work. She helped produce it herself and wrote or helped write every track. The album explored themes of spirituality, relationships, and personal growth with remarkable honesty. Despite her personal struggles, Lisa Marie kept her commitment to helping others through charity work that often didn't get media attention. She started Presley Place in New Orleans, a housing program that provided homes for 12 homeless families every year. The program offered not just housing, but complete support services to help families achieve long-term stability and independence. When Hurricane Katrina destroyed New Orleans in 2005, Lisa Marie personally traveled to the area to coordinate relief efforts. She worked directly with local organizations to provide emergency housing and supplies to displaced families, using her resources and celebrity status to draw attention to the ongoing needs. The Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation, which she helped oversee, supported many causes including education, arts programs for disadvantaged youth, and disaster relief efforts. Her charity work showed the same values her father had demonstrated through his own giving during his lifetime. These efforts proved that despite her personal struggles, Lisa Marie understood the responsibility that came with the Presley legacy. She used her platform to help others whenever possible. While Lisa Marie was successfully building her father's empire into a $500 million business, her own personal finances were mysteriously falling apart behind the scenes. In 2018, the shocking truth came out. Lisa Marie filed a devastating lawsuit, claiming over $100 million in damages against her business manager Barry Siegel for what she said was fraudulent mismanagement of her personal trust funds. According to CBS News reporting on the lawsuit, her trust funds had been emptied through unauthorized high-risk investments, including a failed deal to buy American Idol's production company Core Entertainment. The lawsuit claimed Siegel had also tried to sell Graceland without her permission to cover his investment losses.
I'd like you to say hello to my girlfriend Ginger. Ginger, send up, honey.
The legal documents revealed a shocking contradiction. Lisa Marie was successfully managing a $500 million family estate while she was personally going broke. Celebrity Net Worth reported that by this time, she had built up over $16 million in debts and legal claims against her personal assets. Market realist Financial Analysis put it harshly. She had lost most of her $100 million inheritance before her death, due to what appeared to be gross financial mismanagement by her advisors. The situation got worse because of Lisa Marie's battle with prescription drug addiction. After her twins Harper and Finley were born by C-section in 2008, she became dependent on opioid painkillers prescribed for her recovery. Her addiction got much worse over time. According to her memoir Revelations, by 2013 her dependency had escalated significantly, though specific details remain private. The same prescription drug problem that destroyed Michael Jackson was now destroying her life too.
Darling, I'm so hurt.
In a 2012 interview with Rock Seller magazine, she talked about turning her pain into music, writing songs from beautiful sadness, or pain or hurt or betrayal. She tried multiple rehabilitation programs during this period, but recovery remained difficult. Her relationship with her mother Priscilla got worse during this time. In her memoir, Lisa Marie admitted with painful honesty, "I was a pain in her ass immediately, and I always felt she didn't want me." The two women who should have supported each other through Elvis's legacy instead found themselves fighting.
Wise men.
Lisa Marie's romantic life was equally troubled. She had 4 marriages that all ended in divorce. To Danny Keough, 1988-1994, Michael Jackson, 1994-1996, Nicolas Cage, 2002-2004, and Michael Lockwood, 2006-2016. Each divorce brought additional financial and emotional strain. To escape the constant media attention and legal battles, she spent long periods hiding away in England, trying to rebuild her life away from American tabloids.
Your lips excite me.
The woman who was successfully managing a $500 million cultural empire was personally bankrupt and struggling with addiction. But the worst tragedy of her life was still coming. In 1992, Lisa Marie gave birth to Benjamin Storm Keough. With her first husband Danny, Benjamin inherited the famous Presley looks. He looked almost exactly like a young Elvis Presley. He also inherited musical talent, but unfortunately, he also inherited the huge pressure that came with the family name. Lisa Marie and Benjamin had an incredibly close relationship. They got matching tattoos and spent countless hours together. He wasn't just her son, but her closest friend and emotional support during her darkest times. Benjamin struggled with the weight of expectations throughout his young life. Growing up as Elvis's grandson brought intense public attention and constant comparisons to his legendary grandfather. He tried making music sometimes but never found his place in the industry. On July 12, 2020, Benjamin committed suicide at Lisa Marie's Calabasas home. He was only 27 years old, the same age when many music legends including Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse died tragically. A family representative told People magazine that Lisa Marie was heartbroken, inconsolable, and beyond devastated. The loss completely shattered her. What happened next shocked even people closest to the family. According to revelations in her memoir published after she died, Lisa Marie kept Benjamin's body at her California home for 2 months in a guest house kept at 55 degrees. This was her way of dealing with grief. She physically couldn't let go because she had never properly dealt with losing Elvis when she was 9 years old.
Daddy, you still got me little.
Her ex-husband Danny Keough immediately moved back into the house to help take care of their 16-year-old twins, Harper and Finley, during this crisis period. The arrangement helped provide stability for the surviving children, while Lisa Marie struggled with overwhelming grief. In 2022, Lisa Marie wrote a powerful essay for the Los Angeles Times about surviving the loss of a child. Nothing, absolutely nothing takes away the pain, but finding support can sometimes help you feel a little bit less alone.
In the darkness.
She began attending support groups for parents who had lost children, finding some comfort in shared experiences of unimaginable loss. Her final documented words about grief were haunting. Grief is something you will have to carry with you for the rest of your life. The loss of Benjamin marked the beginning of the end for Lisa Marie. She never fully recovered from losing her beloved son. Even while dealing with Benjamin's death, her own financial ruin, and ongoing grief, Lisa Marie continued working tirelessly to preserve Elvis's legacy for future generations. In 2022, she began the emotionally difficult process of recording audio tapes for a memoir she planned to call From Here to the Great Unknown. Working with her daughter Riley Keough, she shared intimate stories about her hamburger-shaped bed, those magical late-night singing sessions with Elvis, and what it really meant to carry the Presley name. The memoir project became her way of processing a lifetime of experiences, both the privileges and the burdens of being Elvis's daughter. She wanted to leave an honest account of her life for her daughters and future generations.
Some things, you know.
On January 8, 2023, Lisa Marie made what would be her final public speech at Graceland for Elvis's 88th birthday celebration. Despite being personally bankrupt, she continued fulfilling her duties as the guardian of the $500 million family estate. Standing in the same mansion where she had played as a child, she honored her father's memory and thanked the fans who had kept his legacy alive for over 4 decades. The irony was heartbreaking. She was celebrating a fortune she had helped build, but could no longer personally access. 2 days later, she made her final public appearance that would be captured by photographers and news media. On January 10, 2023, Lisa Marie walked the red carpet at the Golden Globe ceremony. With her mother Priscilla, they were there to support Austin Butler, who had played Elvis in Baz Luhrmann's movie and was nominated for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Lisa Marie praised Butler's performance as a true tribute to her father, saying he had captured not just Elvis's mannerisms but his essence. Attendees noted her frail condition, though she maintained her composure throughout the event. She had spent her entire adult life sacrificing her personal financial security to preserve the family legacy. Her story was about to reach its tragic end. On January 12, 2023, Lisa Marie collapsed at her Calabasas home from what medical examiners later determined was cardiac arrest caused by a bowel obstruction. The obstruction was a complication from bariatric surgery she had undergone years earlier, and her history with opioid use had compromised her overall health. Emergency responders worked frantically to save her life, but she was pronounced dead at West Hills Hospital. She was 54 years old. Another life cut tragically short in the Presley family. That's when the full scope of her financial situation became public knowledge. According to CBS News reporting on her estate filings, Lisa Marie's personal net worth at the time of death was negative $10 million. She had died essentially bankrupt because of the $100 million lawsuit against her business manager for what she alleged was fraudulent estate mismanagement.
There's a car, he tries to run, but he don't get far.
Here's the remarkable contradiction that defined her entire adult life. She died personally bankrupt, while the family estate she had protected was worth $400 to $500 million. She had consciously chosen to protect Graceland and Elvis's legacy instead of securing her own financial future. Her death certificate and estate documents revealed the full extent of her sacrifice. While managing one of America's most valuable entertainment properties, she had allowed her personal finances to fall apart rather than compromise the integrity of her father's legacy. On January 22, 2023, Lisa Marie was laid to rest at Graceland's meditation garden, in the same sacred ground where Elvis and Benjamin were buried. The 3 generations of Presleys were finally together again. Her daughter Riley Cuth inherited the responsibility of being the sole trustee of Graceland and the Presley estate. In 2024, when legal challenges arose, attempting to foreclose on the property due to Lisa Marie's debts, Riley successfully fought back and preserved the estate for future generations.
Much more than this, I did it my...
Lisa Marie had truly done it her way, choosing duty over dollars, family legacy over personal fortune, and preservation over profit. So what really happened to Lisa Marie Presley? The answer reveals one of the most selfless acts in celebrity history.
Are you lonesome tonight?
Elvis's only heir sacrificed her personal wealth to preserve her family's cultural legacy. She died with negative $10 million in personal debt, but she left behind a $500 million empire that continues to introduce Elvis's music to new generations worldwide. In 2024, Riley Cuth completed her mother's memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown. The audiobook, narrated by Julia Roberts, became an instant bestseller. Oprah Winfrey selected it for her book club, and it sold over 500,000 copies in its first year, finally allowing Lisa Marie's story to reach millions of people.
For I for I can't help.
The twins, Harper and Finley, are now 16 years old and showing signs of the artistic talent that runs through the Presley bloodline. Riley continues to act in films and protect the family legacy. The Presley name will continue through future generations. Graceland remains one of America's most visited private homes, welcoming over 600,000 visitors annually. Elvis's music continues to inspire new artists and delight longtime fans. His cultural impact, preserved by Lisa Marie's sacrifices, shows no signs of diminishing. Lisa Marie Presley chose to preserve Graceland's magic, even when it cost her everything personally. She overcame prescription drug addiction, survived 4 failed marriages, endured the devastating loss of her beloved son Benjamin, and faced complete financial ruin. Through every tragedy and setback, she made sure Elvis's legacy would survive and thrive. From financial tragedy came spiritual triumph. She proved that some legacies are worth more than money, some responsibilities transcend personal comfort, and some sacrifices echo through generations. Her story reminds us that true wealth isn't measured in bank accounts, but in the impact we leave on the world. Lisa Marie Presley may have died broke, but she died rich in purpose. Which moment in Lisa Marie's story of sacrifice and preservation moved you most? Was it her choice to keep Graceland in the family despite financial ruin, her strength after losing Benjamin, or her determination to complete her memoir even in her final months? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to hear more Whatever Happened stories about celebrities who made impossible choices for the people they loved, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes losing everything is the only way to save what matters most. Lisa Marie Presley understood that better than anyone.